Let's get started. Listen, let me start by saying this. Whoop, whoop. So the other day, because everybody knows we have 3 young kids, Tyler, Logan, and Riley. So on Saturday, we decided to go out on a family outing to go have some lunch and ice cream in the park, and which the kids absolutely love. And down in, for those of you that never had the opportunity to know what Hyde Park is down here, there's a lot of restaurants. It's a lot of fun to be able to go down there. You can spend a couple hours down there. And so as we were walking on the way to the restaurant, they had the valet parking, right? Mm-hmm. And there are 3 cars lined up. Think about this: Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, and Ferrari. So put in the chat, what do you think when you hear those cars, right? Somebody wrote supercars. What else? What comes to mind? And I'll give you a clue. When you're growing up, your dream is not to own a Toyota Corolla, right? That's not on the dream car list. So people think speed, people think wealth,
success, luxury.
And the thing that was interesting about it is they had kids. I say kids, and some middle age. Now when you get older, you see people that are middle age, you call them kids. And they're all taking pictures of it, lined up of the cars, right?
Yes.
So people thought, as most people do, inspiration, rich people, etc. The thing that came to my mind is this, right? I've had all those cars and have all those cars. So people were lined up to take pictures of something. So where my mind went to immediately is this: what prevents the average person from having something like that? So for a lot of people that were just taking the pictures, the sad truth, the sad reality is that they are not in the right vehicle, business vehicle, to achieve those things. Because I think all of you would agree with me, would you not, that what most people do to earn a living, both money freedom and time freedom, is not getting them to where they want to be in life. So you have a couple of choices, really only 2. Grow your income to match your dreams. In order to do that, you have to be in the right business vehicle. Or number 2 is settle. What a lot of people do, what I mean by settling, they live a life of quiet desperation. They suffer from middle-class mediocrity. And there is no doubt, and I've been doing this for a long time, 33 years. I started when I was 4 years old. Go work that math. There is no doubt that our industry of MLM, I believe, is the absolute best opportunity for the average person to change their life.
Absolutely.
No doubt. I believed it 3 seconds after I learned about the industry. I believe it now more than I have ever believed it. And I'm going to explain to you why. It's time for an MLM revolution. Woo. Led by QuiAri. A revolution is something which turns conventional thinking and twists it all around, turns conventional thinking upside down. It really will change the way that you approach MLM, and really, therefore, how you approach your life, right? Since the start of MLM about 80 years ago, most companies have really, in the way they do things, have not changed at all. The playbook is virtually the same for all of them. And it goes something like this. They never explain what MLM is really about. It's not just about products. It's about inspiring people that move products. Most companies ask promoters to do things that they're very scared to do, namely sell, traditionally sell. They make things extremely complicated for people, and a confused mind will say no to everything. They make people learn a bunch of stuff before they earn, and I don't believe in that. I believe you should be learning while you're earning. They teach people, first thing, to sell to strangers, which does not work, and it will never be duplicated. They recruit via outdated methods. They sell product via outdated methods. They offer compensation plans that don't work, that are filled with fuzzy math, hoops, gotchas, breakage, barriers, you name it, is there. They pay their commissions like very slow. Can you believe in today's time that there are companies that still pay you monthly, which means you have to wait up to 2 months to get paid? Some weekly, which means you have to wait a couple of weeks to get paid. And here is a big thing with companies. they rarely mention the most important, the number one rule, which is duplication. It's not what works for you, it's what can be duplicated by everybody. So not only do they not talk about it, but they don't have a system in place to be able to provide to all the promoters to create duplication in the business, right? That is critically important. And the truth is, for our industry, this thinking is terribly, terribly outdated. It goes against basic human nature. You don't have to have a PhD in psychology to figure out that people don't like doing things that they're scared of. Go put your hand on a stove and see how you like that. You won't go back and do it again because it causes pain. So we have to, as an industry, and QuiAri is leading the way in doing this, is to create things for people which lowers those things that will cause you pain. Because those types of behaviors will 1 trillion% will not work for everybody, and it most definitely will not be duplicated by everybody. So this type of thinking will never allow the average person to have a realistic chance of becoming a top earner. Now, I'm not talking about lazy people. Lazy people are going to be lazy no matter what they do. I'm talking about people that are trying, that are willing, that are putting in the effort, right? That is critically important. This industry led by QuiAri will give that person the opportunity, the realistic opportunity to help improve their life and get to the top. Because the industry, and I think all of you would agree with me, the industry is filled with people that have been grinding away, in some companies for years, some companies for tens of years, grinding away, grinding away, grinding away. But they've never really understood why they never made it to the top. Would you agree with me in that? I think all of you would agree, just grinding away.
Yes.
They've never closed the gap between their effort and their dreams. And the reason is very simple, is because they're doing the wrong things to get there. It's really easy. So this needs to change in our industry. And it's being changed by QuiAri, because we, and everybody knows we're the new number one in the industry. Everybody sees the buzz going on all over the world, right? You cannot ignore it. I've gotten more phone calls from more people, from more top earners and other companies wanting to know about what we're doing. I've had more people reach out to us corporately wanting to be part of the team. And here's why. Because we're disrupting MLM. We're taking the status quo and we're throwing it out the window, because we're changing the playbook in MLM. So I want to point something out to you. Whether it's 100 years ago or 100 years from now, there are certain things that are always going to be true. Always. No company will ever change it. Let's start with math. Successful MLM takes advantage of math. So the power of 2 is a mathematically proven formula for winning big. Nobody will ever change that. Something else nobody will ever change is friends do what friends do. Period, the end. The business itself is built on BLT, believe, like, trust. And I know everybody attending here and everybody in the world knows 2 friends that want more money freedom, more time freedom, and better health. That is a fact. I also know it is a fact that everybody would love to get paid every 5 minutes. The fastest payout in MLM history is here at QuiAri. Simple works. People love simple things. People can understand things when they're simple, and most importantly, things can be duplicated when they're simple. Complexity intimidates people. Slow intimidates people. Simple works. A confused mind will say no to everything. So as a company, as a family, we need to get really good at making things simple for people. And last, no matter where you are in the world, no matter where you currently are in your life, people are always looking for a better way. Recent surveys show you this, that 99% of the people in the world are dissatisfied with their job, their pay, their amount of free time, or their future. I mean, think about that. So most people are unhappy where they are. So we give people an opportunity to do what? To improve their lives, whether it's financially or physically, right? I believe with everything in me, and it's the reason why we started QuiAri, is this. We are the company that can exceed expectations to become a beacon of hope for people in industry, but doing it the right way. As most of you know, as a young man and middle-aged man,
Still got it.
yeah, thank you. I was in law enforcement. To me, law enforcement is about doing things right. It's about respect. It's about integrity. It's about doing things the right way the first time. It's about doing things the right way without somebody having to tell you to do it the right way. It's you doing things the right way voluntarily. Strength builds strength. Honesty builds honesty. Iron sharpens iron. And this industry is in a desperate need of a company that can be a shining light in the industry. Right now, as we sit, QuiAri has the absolute perfect combination of factors going for it. Number one, timing. Let's talk about this for a second. We're positioned to lead the huge global anti-aging market with the breakthrough ingredient Maki. It's the holy grail, scientifically confirmed, nothing like it ever discovered in the world, and there will be nothing like it ever again in the world. Our global infrastructure, offices in many countries, distribution centers in 5 different continents. Let's talk about our management team. Over 500 years of experience and growing. So we're not rookies at doing this. As a matter of fact, when you have an opportunity to see some of them, they don't have hair, some of them, that's for a reason, right? Their experience. Maki X. No other company in the world will ever have Maki X. So we take the youth molecules from Maki, we concentrate it, and it helps you age better on the inside and the outside. Dr. Hankey, world's #1 anti-aging and antioxidant guru. Nobody else will ever have that backing. And check this out. The world's fastest payout in MLM. Not just now, but in the history of MLM, every 5 minutes. And to top it all, which is so important, we have the system of duplication. To do what? To sell the product to customers, to recruit promoters, and something you're going to see very soon, for training. So we are putting the pedal down, adding speed combined with integrity, combined with momentum, combined with performance. Because I believe this, the first company in our industry, which is QuiAri, to create a real culture of duplication, supported by a real system of duplication, will become #1. No doubt.
Hands down, for sure.
Math proves this to me. Let me explain something to you. Everybody already says you know 2 people that want to make money, more time freedom, and look and feel younger than ever. So if all everybody did was just sponsor 2 people, and those people only generated $50 a month in sales, just $50, $50. Let me say that again, $50. If that's all that they did from selling a product to a customer or using the product for themselves, do you know that in less than 3 years, we would break revenue records that have stood in our industry for over 80 years?
Wow.
Say that again. We would break revenue records that have stood in our industry for 80 years. So everything is ready. Now's the time for speed and duplication, because I want you to remember this. In MLM, good companies are only product dependent. Good companies are only product dependent. #1 companies are duplication dependent. Let me say that again. #1 companies are duplication dependent. So when I say QuiAri, the new #1 has arrived, I mean it. I mean it with everything that I know, everything that I believe in. 33 years of experience coming to our finest work ever as a family. There's some very exciting news going on. As everybody knows, that we have just begun shipping to China. So it's a great market, great people, people are super fired up and excited. There's some people that are moving very fast that are getting first mover advantage in the Chinese market. But again, remember what I said to everybody, long-term company, right? With everything together. So I think that's critically important. Very soon, and we're working on it quietly behind the scenes, and it's not so quiet these days, but everybody knows that we're working on QuiAriTraining.com.
Correct.
So I am taking 33 years of experience, putting it on one website to not only teach you how to do what? How to recruit more than ever, how to sell more than ever, how to duplicate, how to get people off to a fast start, how to overcome any objection before you get it, how to answer questions if you're brand new, how to put people direct into the information so you don't have to be the source of the information. I will teach you the 2 gateway skill sets that you need, which is what? Number 1, who are you looking for? And number 2, how do you invite? We can learn everything else as you're progressing through the ranks. So it'll all be in one spot for everybody, okay? In addition to that, we have a brand new opportunity presentation coming out. It is 16 slides, 16 slides, which is translated into right now 11 different languages. So we'll be releasing that at the same time that we're releasing QuiAriTraining.com. We also have a brand new opportunity presentation coming, which is professionally designed, professionally put together.
Graphically,
yeah, it's
talent,
crazy.
everything.
It's world-class
Be
talent.
blown away. The industry has never seen anything like this before. Not just the industry, but the world has not seen something like this before. And we mean it, guys. We're putting everything behind this so you guys can be as successful as you want to be.
Duplication. Everything we're doing is geared, because I promise you, as we have, you'll get paid in 5 minutes. I promise you, when you order the product, it will show up on time. I promise you that support, you always receive the best support. So now it's time for leadership to know that the MLM revolution has arrived. The new number 1 has arrived. Now it's time to go out and change the trajectory of your life and be what happens in leadership, which means this: leadership starts inside of you before it'll happen around you. And that is the core essence, not only what I think is important in our industry, but in life, is when you make somebody's life better by helping them. That's what life is about. So I'm very proud of where we are. Markets around the world are zooming. As always, if we can help you, please feel free to reach out. But watch your emails, watch your updates. Let's get active on social media too. Now's the time. So as we say to everybody, QuiAri, the new number 1 has arrived. Let's help us make your life better. We appreciate and love everybody. Thank you. And we will see you next week, next Thursday, with more hot news. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, we'll talk to you very soon.
Talk to you soon.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Thank you.